United Nations says Daesh has killed dozens of civilians in Mosul this week and is stockpiling ammonia and sulfur to use as chemical weapons. It's happening as Kurdish Peshmerga forces raid areas near the city. Video like this one taken by the Peshmerga shows one of those raids on a Daesh hideout. As you can see, one militant surrendered while another set off a bomb, injuring several Peshmerga fighters. The operation has been made much harder due to the terror group using civilians as human shields. Well, let's cross over to TRT World's Nicole Johnston, who is inside of Mosul, embedded with the Iraqi army forces. Nicole, now you're inside of Mosul. What are Iraqi forces? They're battling for control of the city. What are you seeing there?
We're about 1 kilometre away from the front line, from the Iraqi army position, so we're no longer with them at the moment. We're close to a medical station, and just over the last 2 hours we have seen a number of Iraqi forces coming back from the front line with heavy casualties that they've received from Daesh snipers. We know that snipers have been one of the most dangerous things that the Iraqi forces are encountering in this battle, especially since it entered into Mosul city. We know that many of the rooftops of Mosul have Daesh snipers, so that's one of the main problems that they're encountering right now. Just in the last couple of hours, there has been a real uptick in the fighting, so to speak. We've had quite a number of mortar rounds land a few hundred metres away from us. Some of them, in fact, have landed on a main road that many civilians, hundreds of people, were using to try and escape from areas of the city to get to these safer areas of Mosul. So it just goes to show that even as people are trying to flee Mosul city, they're coming under attack by Daesh.
Nicole, let's talk more about this fighting that's been going on between Iraqi forces and Daesh to retake control of Mosul after 2 years of Daesh control. Over the past week, we've seen neighborhoods, specific neighborhoods, fall into the control of Daesh back after it was captured by Iraqi army forces. Could you tell us about a little bit more update on the effort to take full control of the city?
Ali Jan, it's still pretty steady going. For the last week, we've been saying that Iraqi forces say that they have control of 5 to 6 neighbourhoods. They're now pushing beyond those neighbourhoods into new areas. As I said, that's about 1 kilometre away from here. They're still technically on the east side of the Tigris River, so they're not advancing very quickly. Sometimes they push a bit further in, and then they're pushed a bit further back. So we're not seeing any major advances as such inside Mosul city. As I said, things have heated up a little bit this afternoon. A lot more casualties are coming in. But really, the main thing that we're seeing from our position is hundreds of people trying to flee from areas like Al-Quds to here in a summer neighbourhood. They say that they have walked for at least an hour, that they came under fire, that there was shelling around them, that many civilians were hit, many were killed. They had to leave them behind on the side of the roads. Ambulances are not able to get to that area. So it's a really difficult situation. In the house behind me, I don't know whether you can see it, there are now a few hundred people taking shelter there. They've just arrived from the front line. We were over there speaking to them. Most of them wanted to speak, but too afraid to show their face on camera. All of them still in a great deal of shock, having walked across a huge sort of open, almost desert area. They've had to take a very a round route, so to speak, to try and avoid the fighting to get here. But even still, they've come under fire. Many of them are still waiting for their family members to join them. And, all of them very shocked, very upset, but also some relief. They do feel as though they're now getting closer to safety. It seems relatively organised as much as it can be from an Iraqi army perspective. They have trucks here ready to take these civilians out of Mosul city and back into the Kurdish-controlled area of northern Iraq, where camps have been set up. And just to let you know that I've now lost communications with you.
All right. TRT World's Nicole Johnston reporting live for us inside of Mosul. Please do stay safe.